I check the back seat of my car 3 times before I put the key in the ignition. It's a habit now. Automatic. I don't even look for anything specific. I just look. Left to right, sweeping the upholstery. I check the trunk, too, even though I haven't used it in weeks. My friends ask if I'm sleeping okay. I tell them yes. I tell them I've just been busy. But the truth is, I haven't slept through the night in 3 weeks. I wake up at 3 a.m. on the dot, every time drenched in a cold sweat, staring at the ceiling fan. I keep expecting the blades to stop spinning, or for the room to be darker than it should be. I try not to think about the last time I was in the woods. I try not to think about the walk back to the car, or the silence that felt like it was pressing against my eardrums. I've buried the memory of that night under layers of routine, work, groceries, gym, TV. But tonight I'm driving back. I told myself I was coming to prove a point. I told myself that if I went back there, stood in the same spot, and saw nothing but trees and dirt, the fear would evaporate. Logic would win. I'd see that it was just a trick of the light, or stress, or my own mind playing a cruel game. That's the lie I told myself to get the car moving. Now as I pull onto the gravel turnout and kill the engine, I know the truth. I didn't come here to prove anything. I came here because I don't feel right unless I'm close to it. It's like a gravitational pull. A dull ache in the center of my chest that only seems to fade when the tree line gets close. I grab my flashlight. It's a heavy, tactical thing I bought 2 days ago. I check the battery, full. I step out of the car. The air is already different here. It's cooler, heavier. It smells like damp earth and old pine needles, but underneath that, there's a metallic tang, like the taste of blood in your mouth. I lock the car. I check the handle twice. The trailhead is just a break in the trees, marked by a faded wooden sign that I can barely read in the moonlight. I don't need to read it. I know exactly where it goes. I turn on the flashlight. The beam cuts through the dark, a tight cone of white light illuminating the dirt path. I start walking. At first it feels ordinary. It feels like a hike. My boots crunch on the gravel. The flashlight bounces with the rhythm of my steps. I hear a distant owl. The wind rustles the high branches. It's peaceful. I keep my eyes on the ground. I focus on the details, the texture of the dirt, the way the roots poke through the soil like veins. I try to count my steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 10 minutes in, the trail widens. I remember this spot. Last time, this is where I paused to tie my shoe. I stop walking. I don't need to tie my shoe. I just stopped because the trail felt shorter. I shine the light ahead. The path stretches out, curving gently around a large oak tree. I know what's around that tree. A switchback, a steep incline, a ridge that looks out over the valley. But tonight the oak tree looks wrong. The bark is peeling away in long vertical strips. It shouldn't be peeling. It's not that kind of tree. I step closer. The light reflects off the wood underneath the bark. It looks wet, not sap. Water. I reach out to touch it, but my hand stops an inch from the trunk. I can feel a chill coming off the wood. It's radiating cold, like a block of ice. I pull my hand back. I'm just tired, I whisper. My voice sounds too loud in the quiet. I walk past the tree, around the bend, expecting the incline. But the incline isn't there. The path just keeps going, flat, straight. I stop again. I swing the flashlight back and forth. Trees, dirt, bushes, no ridge, no valley. I turn around and shine the light back the way I came. The oak tree is there, looking back at me. I turn forward again. This is the right way. I know it is. I walked this trail a dozen times before that night, and once since. The ridge is a landmark. You can't miss it. I take a deep breath. I keep walking. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes. The terrain is unchanged. The trees are the same height, the same distance apart. It's like a repeating background in a cartoon. I feel a strange sense of déjà vu, but stronger than I've ever felt it. It's not just that I've been here before. It's that I'm supposed to be here. The silence is changing. It started as the absence of sound. Now it's a presence. It's a physical weight. The air is so thick that it feels like I'm walking through water. The sound of my boots is muffled, dull. The wind in the leaves has stopped completely. I shine my light up at the canopy. The branches are motionless, not even trembling. I lower the light, and that's when I see the shadow. It's about 20 yards ahead, just past the edge of my flashlight's range. It's darker than the surrounding dark. A void in the shape of a man. I freeze. My heart hammers against my ribs. I grip the flashlight until my knuckles turn white. I don't want to shine the light on it. I want to turn around and run, but my legs won't move. The shadow doesn't move. It's just standing there, waiting. I remember this feeling, this paralyzing dread. It's the same feeling I had the last time, right before the panic set in. No, I say aloud. The word is small and pathetic. I force myself to take a step forward. The fear is irrational. It's just a shadow. It's probably a bush or a rock formation, or a trick of the optics in my lens. I lift the flashlight. The beam hits it. It's not a bush. It's not a rock. It's a gap in the trees. A space where there are no trees, just a wall of total, absolute darkness. The shape I saw, the man, is just the silhouette of this emptiness, framed by the trunks on either side. I take a step closer. I shine the light into the gap. The light goes nowhere. It doesn't reflect off anything. It just stops. Like the beam is hitting a black velvet curtain and being absorbed. I feel a sudden sharp pressure in my sinuses, like I've dropped suddenly, in altitude. My ears pop. I turn off the flashlight. In the dark, the gap is invisible. I can only see the outline of the trees, but I can feel it. It's pulling at me. Not a strong pull, but a gentle tug. Like a current in a river. I realize then that I haven't been breathing. I gasp for air, inhaling the cold, metallic taste of the forest. I back away, 1 step, 2 steps. I don't turn around. I don't want to take my eyes off that space between the trees. I back up for maybe 20 yards. Then I turn, and I walk. I walk fast. I don't run. Running implies panic. Walking implies control. I need to believe I have control. The path seems to be shifting. The trees on either side are leaning in. The branches are reaching out over the trail, creating a tunnel that blocks out the moonlight. It's getting darker. My flashlight beam feels weak now, yellow and sickly. I check the time on my watch. The hands are glowing green. 11:15 p.m. I've been walking for 40 minutes. I should have reached the turnaround point by now. I should have hit the fire road that circles the park. I haven't seen any landmarks, no trail markers, no other paths branching off. I stop. I look at the ground. The dirt is damp. I look at my boots. They're clean. If the dirt is damp, my boots should be muddy. I should see tracks, but the ground is untouched, not just by me, by anything. No deer tracks, no insects, no fallen leaves. It's pristine, sterile. I squat down. I touch the dirt with my finger. It's cold, but not wet. It feels like plastic, like painted styrofoam. I stand up quickly. I'm not in the woods anymore. I'm in a place that looks like the woods. A set piece, a diorama. I shine the light on a tree trunk. The bark has a pattern, knots that form a spiral. I walk to the next tree, the same pattern, the same spiral. I walk to the third tree, the same pattern. I laugh. It's a dry, hacking sound. Okay, I say. Okay, I get it. The forest is repeating. I check the compass on my watch. North. I'm facing north. I turn 90 degrees to the right. I start walking through the brush off the trail. I have to break the pattern. I have to force my way out of the loop. The branches scratch my face. They snag my jacket. I push through them. The flashlight flickers. I walk for 5 minutes. Hard, brutal walking through dense undergrowth. I stop. I sweep the light around. I'm back on the trail. And in front of me is the tree with the spiral bark. I didn't turn around. I didn't double back. I walked in a straight line. The realization settles over me, cold and final. Geometry doesn't work here. Direction doesn't work here. I sit down on an exposed root. I don't want to stand anymore. My legs feel like lead. I turn off the flashlight. I sit in the absolute dark. I wait for the panic to come, the screaming, thrashing panic from last time. But it doesn't come. Instead, I feel calm, a strange, detached sort of peace. I sit there for a long time. Minutes? Hours? I close my eyes. I can hear something. Not a voice, not a growl. It's a hum, low, frequency. The sound of the earth turning. The sound of electricity humming through a high-voltage wire. It's vibrating in my teeth. I open my eyes. The darkness isn't empty anymore. There are shapes around me. Indistinct. Tall. They stand just at the edge of my vision. If I look directly at them, they vanish. If I look out of the corner of my eye, they're there. They're watching. They're waiting. And the terrifying thing isn't that they're there. The terrifying thing is that I recognize them. I know these shapes. I've seen them in the corner of my bedroom at night. I've seen them in the rearview mirror of my car, just for a split second. I've seen them reflected in the darkened window of my office building. They didn't follow me out of the woods. I brought them with me. I've been carrying them since the last time I was here. They are the reason I checked the back seat. They are the reason I wake up at 3 a.m. They are the reason the air tastes like metal. The woods didn't change me. The woods just showed me what was already there. One of the shapes moves closer. I don't flinch. I reach into my pocket and pull out my keys. I grip them tight, the metal biting into my palm. I focus on the sensation, the pain. It's real. It's grounding. I have to go home, I whisper. The shape pauses. I hear a sound, like dry leaves skittering on pavement, like a voice that is mimicking the wind. Soon. The word isn't spoken. It's placed inside my head. I stand up. My body feels heavy, like I'm wearing lead weights. I turn on the flashlight. The beam is faint now. The batteries are dying, or the light is being drained. I don't look at the shapes. I don't look at the spiral trees. I just walk. I put one foot in front of the other. I count the steps again. 1, 2, 3. I don't look back. I walk for what feels like an eternity. The trail is flat. The air is still. The hum gets louder, vibrating in my chest cavity, rattling my bones. And then suddenly, the smell changes. The metallic smell fades, replaced by the scent of exhaust fumes, asphalt, rain. I see a light ahead, red, tail lights. I stumble forward, breaking into a run. My boots hit pavement. The gravel of the parking lot crunches under me. I run to my car. I unlock it. I throw myself into the driver's seat and slam the door. I lock it. I check the back seat. Empty. I shove the key into the ignition. The engine roars to life. The headlights cut through the darkness of the lot, illuminating the trailhead. I sit there, breathing hard. the steering wheel slippery under my sweaty palms. I look at the trail. The sign is there. The wooden post. But the trail behind it is gone. Where the opening in the trees should be, there's only a solid wall of forest, dense, impenetrable thorns and branches, no path, no way in. I shift into drive and peel out of the lot. I don't stop until I hit the main road. I don't stop until I see the streetlights of the city. I drive home. I park in the garage. I go inside. I lock all the doors. I turn on every light in the house. I sit on the couch. I'm shaking. I made it out. I'm back. I reach for my phone to check the time. It's 3 a.m. exactly. I look at the window. The curtains are drawn, but I can see a gap, a sliver of darkness between the fabric and the wall. I stare at that gap. I see a movement in the reflection of the glass, a tall shape, standing in the corner of my living room. I don't turn around. I know it's there. I check the back seat of the car 3 times, but I never check the corners of the room. I never check the spaces behind me. I sit on the couch and I listen to the hum. It's quieter now, masked by the refrigerator, by the distant traffic. But it's there. It's always been there. I put the phone down. I look at the window again. The shape is gone. But I know it hasn't left. It just moved to where I can't see it. I close my eyes. I don't sleep. I just wait for the sun to come up. But I'm not sure the sun is going to make a difference anymore. The trail didn't end in the woods. I'm still on it.